Okay, hi, welcome to Stamping with Glitter Mum. I'm Nikki Ridge, and this is my first sort of proper tutorial, Stampin' Up tutorial. You'll see on my channel, my son Ewan made a video last year, so I thought I'd better catch up with him and make one myself. So today I am going to show you how to make one of these raised letter cards. Okay, I haven't seen this technique around for ages, and I was actually looking through some old photos on my phone and saw a card that I'd made with this technique about 2 or 3 years ago, I think now. So I'm going to quickly talk you through this. Now it looks as though it may be quite complicated, but actually the secret behind this technique is just making sure you've got two images that are actually absolutely identical and in the same place on a piece of card. So for this we are going to use our amazing Stamp-A-Majig from Stampin' Up. So I've made life easy for myself by using a really nice big image. So this is birthday blooms, and the big acrylic blocks make this really easy to line up. So I've got my Stamp-A-Majig here, and I am literally just going to pop this in straight in the corner there. So I'm going to ink up in basic black. There we are. And then just literally straight into the corner and straight down. There you are. So that gives me one of the inked images. And I've got an identical piece of card here. So I actually used the shimmer card for this today because I'm doing a teeny bit of watercolouring as well. And this works really well with the watercolour pencils. Okay, and straight down. So basically now I've got two identical images. Okay, so what I'm going to do is with my watercolour pencils, I'm going to do some really quick colouring in. And you would do this on both pieces, but in the best Blue Peter style, here's one I prepared earlier. Okay, so I'm using the rich raspberry for the flower. And really, I love the watercolour pencils. I just want a really sort of gentle wash effect on here. And the pencils make it really easy to do nice and quickly as well. So some rough colouring in. Do need to sharpen my pencils. You'll find that a cosmetic pencil sharpener is much better than nicking your children's pencil sharpener. Although I must admit, I haven't found a successful kids' pencil sharpener for years. We just end up buying new pencils all the time. Could be to do with the fact that pencils are continually being thrown on the floor in our house. And so I think the leads break inside them. So when you sharpen them, they just fall off. So there's my rich raspberry, a bit of old olive here. Old olive is such an old friend. I love it when I'm reminded to use it again, and the watercolour pencil has been a great excuse for that. There we go. So quick to do these with the pencils, and a teeny bit of basic black in the middle. You can see I've sort of coloured it really roughly. So I'm going to take my water pen now. You'll notice I've somehow managed to completely run out of grid paper. So I'm using the back of Designer Series paper stack at the moment. Oh, got a bit of fibre coming out my brush. So really simply watercolouring these, just moving the ink around a little bit. Makes me feel like a proper artist. There you are. And then just move the black a bit. You need to be quite gentle with the black because it can sort of take over. You end up with a big black splodge in the middle. So So now we have two identical images, and that what I did then, or what I'm going to do now, is take my Hello You Thinlits in Thanks, okay, and literally just cut the thanks out of the middle, like that. So I do have another one I prepared earlier. There you are. So here is the thanks, and we're going to discard this now. So then we take back our other piece, and as you can see, with a little bit of effort and finding the lines, you can line up your images exactly. Now, the way I raised this one up was actually I cut multiple versions of the thanks out and layered them all up. You can alternatively really, really thinly slice some dimensional waste and dimensionals and pop it on there. But I think for a thinlit like this one, layering it up works pretty well. And because this is sort of showing off the technique rather than anything else, I've just layered it really simply with a little bit of black. So yeah, I hope you can see how that actually works. So the same technique can work for lots of different looks really. I've done one here, much easier to stick down this one, and just use some of the blooms and wishes, I think it is, flowers, and then two of the large letter dies. M is done twice obviously, but it's exactly the same technique. So using the Stampin' Majig, I stamped the images, only these 3 images, twice. Obviously I could add these ones on afterwards because they weren't impacted by the cutting out of the dies. So again, layered that up really, really simply. But it is a super sort of effective and a little bit different technique, this one. Then I did something really super tiny on this one. Can you see my little love letters there? So again, on this one I put these 2 stamps on one block, so I could do it in one go. Use my Stampin' Majig, did 2 lots of images. Obviously I only needed to do the lips once, and I cut out the love and layered it there. And I've just layered it with a couple of our doilies. I do love the shimmer paper actually. I'm sure you can't see it on here at all. So there we have the love version. And I've had a little play. I'm not quite sure what to do with this. This is like the most camouflage dragonfly in the world. But I just had a thought that maybe I could cut something out of DSP. So again, I layered up, you can see I layered up the dragonfly 4 or 5 times. And he just seems to sort of be rising out of the paper. But yeah, I made sure the DSP was again exactly the same. So I cut it from 2 separate sheets, and I cut a section out of the corner. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with him, but I am going to have a think. So there you are, that's my first video. So raised letter technique, I think I should call this one. And I promise I'll be good and try and make some regular videos. So hopefully see you soon on here, or come by Facebook, Stampin' with Glittermum, and say hi. Thank you very much, bye bye.